What's up, YouTube? Cold Ass Ice Princess coming at you from Minnesota. Today I'm talking about a really controversial topic about Mr. Bill Cosby. And yes, I do still call him Mr. Bill Cosby because just because he was found guilty of rape and sodomizing women for years upon years upon years, that does not take away from what he has brought to the game. You understand? A lot of times we as human beings can always look at the negative. We don't never look at the positive. You understand? You could have done a good job at your job for 364 days out of the year, and on the last day, the 365th day, you do something bad, and they judge you by that one bad thing that you done. And that's ridiculous. They don't see none of the good stuff that you done none of the 364 other days, but they only judge you by the one day of the bad things that you done. Not to say that he didn't do bad things. He did do bad things. You understand? In the past, he talked about using fucking Quaaludes and different kind of drugs and stuff he would put in people's drinks or whatever. I mean, he made it like a comedy routine. You understand? But at the same time, am I going to throw away all my Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier movies? No, I'm not. I'm still going to watch Uptown Friday Night. I'm still going to watch Let's Do It Again. I'm still going to enjoy Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Yes, I am. Now, one mistake that America did was they called him, what was it, America's father or some bullshit like this. He wasn't never my father. I got a father. Bill Cosby wasn't never my father. He was just a man on TV who made a TV show. And that's all the fuck it was. A TV show. And they putting so much emphasis on a TV, the Cosby Show. It was a TV show. They were actors. They were acting. When they were acting on TV, my daddy was in the stockyards killing animals and putting food in the grocery stores for people to go buy. You understand? And when he got done getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning and working all day, he would come home and put his feet up on his bed and turn his TV on to cowboy movies and blast them as loud as he could and chew his tobacco and drink his beer. That was my daddy. That was my American daddy. Bill Cosby wasn't no American father to me. That was just a fucking TV show. They just wasn't talking about oppression like Good Times was. You know what I'm saying? With Dynamite. They wasn't talking about oppression. It was just a upper middle class family doing their thing, handling their business. But he was never my father. He probably was so-called America's father, but he was never my father. Let me say that. Now, a little bit about Bill Cosby. William Henry Cosby Jr. was born July 12, 1937, as an American stand-up comedian, actor, musician, and author. And I never knew he was a musician. Okay? Now, he was found guilty on all what they say that he had done to these women over these years, which makes no fucking damn sense to me. Women, let me tell you something. No matter how good you are in bed, or matter how beautiful you think you are, if your man gonna cheat, he gonna cheat. It don't matter how much education you got. It don't matter how much money you got in the bank. It don't matter how pretty you are. It don't matter how famous you are. It don't matter how good you can cook, how good you can dance, how talented you are, how flexible you are when you bend your legs all up over your head. If your man gonna cheat, he gonna cheat. Now, Bill Cosby done been found guilty of raping some real ugly bitches. I'm just saying. Some real ugly man-looking bitches. Now, I ain't talking about all of them. All of them is not man-looking. Some of them is real nice-looking young women. Don't get me wrong. But, what was her name? Now, what's her name? That big manly one. What's her name? Okay, Philadelphia area juror that convicted Bill Cosby of sexually assault charge last week says it's found chief accuser Andrea Constand to be credible and compelling. Did y'all see this Andrea Constand? I hope I'm saying her name right, and I hope that's the right name. But you know what? Y'all can do the investigation too, but Andrea Constand, is that how you say it? A civil suit for nearly $3.4 million in 2006, and Cosby's lawyers claimed at the trial that she had framed him for money. Anyway, let me get back to my subject. Now, we all done seen Camille Cosby. She's a beautiful woman. Not only is she beautiful, she's intelligent. But he going out cheating on her with all these tricks and hoes that he have to drug in order to fondle their genitalia. And this Andrea, what's her name? Andrea Constand. She look like a big old man to me. They call this a woman, but I'm sure that's a damn man. I need the Carfax. I need the Carfax on this bitch. Because I'm sure that's a man. And don't get me wrong, I ain't got nothing against my gay or transgender brothers and sisters. My best friend is a transgender man. And he is a beautiful woman today. Beautiful skin, beautiful eyelashes, beautiful hair, beautiful body, waist, butt, smile, cheekbones, everything like a woman. But this, what's her name? Constand? What's this lady name? This thing with the hair, this Andrea with the big hair, this so-called metamorphosis of a woman thing that he done raped. This thing ain't nowhere near a woman. This ain't no woman. That's a man. I need the Carfax on this bitch. For real. That's a man. Can't nobody tell me no different. That's a man. That's a man in men's clothing. That is not no woman. That wasn't born no woman. And she said Bill Cosby raped her. He probably did rape her right up the ass. He probably tore that asshole up one night. He done ripped that asshole to shreds. Hit the bottom of that bitch's asshole. Because that's not no woman. That's a man. I'm just saying. Now, if I was Camille Cosby, when I first started hearing about this some years back when Bill Cosby was able to see, saying Goku on his ass, I would have been like, aww. You did what? You did what? Who? Come here so I can slap you on your face. You did what? You did what to who? You did what to who? An ugly bitch. An ugly man bitch too. Come here. Let me slap you on your face. Because now he can't even see. How they gonna put the man in jail, in prison for all these years? They talking about getting him, and this motherfucker can't even see. He can't even do nothing no more. And they putting this man in jail. Do y'all know that? Do you know that black men are 7 times more likely than whites to be in prison for crimes that they didn't even commit? Yes, for crimes that they didn't even commit. I was looking things up. I looked up a young man by the name of Ramad, R-A-M-A-D, Chapman, 24 years old, found not guilty by a jury, but made to serve 7 years in prison by the judge. Yes, another young man by the name of Marvin Anderson, 18 years old, wrongfully convicted of rape, sentenced to 210 years in prison, served 15 years for a crime he did not commit, only to be saved 15 years because of DNA evidence. Now, what's going on with the justice system? Why is it that Bill Cosby is being made a scapegoat and he is getting a public lynching, but Donald Trump, the Teflon Don, the original Teflon Don, not Rick Ross, no, Donald Trump is the original Teflon Don. He confessed to grabbing them in the pussy. And this one female just came out on 60 Minutes a few weeks ago saying that she was paid off. What's her name? Stormy Daniels? I might be wrong. Stormy Daniels. Donald Trump, we done got him on camera, on recording saying he grabbed him right in the pussy. But he ain't doing no time. And what about Harvey Weinstein? What's the number now? About 75 different women that say that he has sexually assaulted them. About 75 different women. And it keeps going on. 85 different accusers for Harvey Weinstein. Keeps going. When will it stop? Nobody knows. Keeps going. Keeps going. Keeps going. Keeps going. Keeps going. I guess that's the end. Or is there more? I don't know. Harvey Weinstein went on a retreat. He went on a holistic retreat. As soon as this shit started happening, he went on a holistic retreat. He said he went to therapy. Therapy. I call it a holistic retreat. Because he just went away so this shit could go away. Yeah. What about Charlie Sheen? What about Charlie Sheen? What about him confessing to basically giving people HIV even though he knew he was infected? He ain't served not one day in jail. Not one day, not one night in jail. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What about the accuser of Emmit Till? What about her? Carolyn Burnett, who came forward and said that she lied. But this baby had to lose his life. His mother and his father had to go through years and years of torment because their child was found in the river. Because not only did they beat him to death, they put him in the river hoping that he would never be found. What about her? What about the statutes of limitation on her? But you know what? Black folks. In 2007, a majority black grand jury in Mississippi declined to indict her. Black folks. I forgive you, massa. I forgive you, massa. I forgive you, massa. I loves you, massa. I loves you. Even though you done cut off my toes and I only got 3 fingers left on my hand and you still wants me to cook for you, massa, I forgives you. You rapes my son right in front of my face, massa, and I can't do nothing about it, massa, but I forgives you. I forgives you, massa. I forgives you, massa. Get the fuck out of here. Right here in Minnesota, 1920, June 15th, 3 innocent black men were killed right here in Minnesota. In town, working for the circus, trying to make a living for themselves and their family. Hadn't done nothing wrong. They were lynched in the middle of the downtown street. The white men were so proud of what they did, they took a picture with these boys' body. June 15th, this happened on June 15, 1920. A doctor by the name of David Graham examined Irene Tuscan and found that she had not been assaulted or sexually raped in any way, shape, or form. A mob of 1,000 to 10,000 men broke into the jail, broke down the walls and windows of the jail, and drug out 6 men and killing these 3 because they wanted to kill somebody that day. His name was Elias Clayton. Another was Elmer Jackson. The other one was Isaac Mick. I don't know how to say the last name. McGhie. McGay. Okay, they were accused of rape by a 19-year-old white girl by the name of Irene Tuscan. And I got to talk about all you African American out there who seem to be happy that another black man has fallen. I'm pro-black. I will never be happy to see a black man or a black woman fall from grace. I don't give a fuck what they did. A lot of y'all out there was so happy when y'all seen Omarosa get kicked out the White House. Why? Did she ever do anything wrong to you? No. You ain't spent not 2 or 3 hours alone with this woman, but you had so much hatred toward her. To be just happy when this woman was kicked out the White House, when she lost her job. Y'all seen Tyrese crying, upset because he couldn't see his child. Upset because he was paying $10,000 a month for child support, but he still couldn't see his child. And I'm sure it wasn't even just about the money, but the fact that he couldn't see his child. Y'all was making fun of the man. A few weeks ago, what's his name? Sharif, the dude that used to go with Nicki Minaj, got robbed at gunpoint. Now his father's brother just got killed because of gun violence. And y'all making jokes over this man getting robbed at gunpoint like it's funny. But these same people that are happy because Omarosa got kicked out the White House, because Tyrese was online crying, because what's his name, Sharif, whatever the boy name was robbed. Y'all the same motherfuckers that support R. Kelly. And he's a fucking pedophile. I had the movie. I seen the movie over and over again. The same little pool room that he had on BET, because a couple of months before that video of R. Kelly come out with that young underage girl, there was a video on BET where it showed all around his house. And that same pool room that he had that little underage girl in there pissing on her was the same room that was on BET. But y'all support him. Y'all still dancing in the name of love. Now what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Now if Bill Cosby gonna be taken down, then a lot of other motherfuckers need to be taken down too. Because the evidence is there. But at the same time, y'all African American brothers and sisters are so happy to see other people down. Why? Why are you so happy to see your own people brought down, brought to shame? That don't make sense to me. Talk about a slave mentality. What they call Stockholm Syndrome or some bullshit. Y'all is real happy to see y'all people brought down. I don't give a damn what the black man or woman did. I will never applaud one of my sisters or my brothers being taken down and lynched in the middle of the street. Now, Bill Cosby did what he did to them women, whether it be quaaludes, whether it be downers, whether it be date rape drugs as we call them nowadays. And he was wrong for that. He was wrong for that. But at the same time, this man is being made an example. Why? Because he had this image that he was trying to portray of the black family in America. Of a father in the home, a mother in the home, both working, both providing, both being there for the kids. Not only that, this man is worth like $400 million. At one point in time, I think he was ready to purchase NBC. And after all these years, now all of a sudden, this shit gonna hit the fan. Stuff that happened over 20 years ago. But none of these other things have been held accountable. None of these other instances. Even my own relative, my own cousin, went to prison for a crime that he did not commit. His father died while he was in prison over a crime that he did not commit. He's steadily telling them over and over again, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. It wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. Another rape of a white woman. Until DNA proved that it wasn't him. He's steadily telling these people he wasn't there. It wasn't me. But he did over 20 years of his life in prison that he can never get back again. What about all these men doing time in prison for crimes they didn't even commit? Police planting drugs on them. They doing time in prison. So if they're going to put Bill Cosby behind bars, then a lot of other people need to be behind bars. I'm just saying. America, you better wake up and you better do right by your people. Because all of us is your people. All of us is Americans. When it all boils down, we all Americans. And if them foreigners get ready to bomb this place tomorrow, we all gonna die together. Y'all need to do right by your people. And stop all this foolishness. And all this one can do it and that one can't do it. And this one can get away with it and that one can't get away with it. That's a bunch of bullshit and you know it. And it's been Cold Ass Ice Princess coming at you from Minnesota. As always, grace and peace.